Hello there, folks. Hope you're all well. This is the first of the screencasts that I'm going to be doing for our Photoshop Unit 2 work. I'll email this image to you. It's a picture, a lovely picture of Glencoe in Scotland, which we're going to turn into black and white. And I want to show you a few tips and tricks on how to add drama to the final image, to be able to control the darkness and lightness and the contrast in specific parts of the image by setting a brush tool up. It's quite a complicated one, so I've made my cursor very big, as you can see, and I've enabled mouse click so you'll be able to see where I'm clicking. And the great thing is you can pause me at any stage to review what I've just said. Anyway, so what I'm going to do first, and maybe you should do it too, is I'm going to make two copies of this image. I'm going to go Image, Duplicate, and click OK, and Image, Duplicate, and click OK. And then at the top here you'll see I've got three copies of exactly the same thing. So one we're going to keep coloured as it is, as the starting image. The second one we're going to turn into black and white, but not do anything to it. And the third one we're going to turn to black and white and then add all these special effects to it. Anyway, so follow me this way. Look at the top here, the three file names. Click on the copy, not copy to, copy, and go to Image, Image Adjustments, black and white. Do you see it? Click OK. I know I've spoken to you about all these settings here where you can lighten and darken bits and pieces. We're not going to do that. So we're going to just click OK. Now we've got a color image now and this black and white image. And as you can see, the black and white image is nice enough, but it lacks a little bit of drama, a little bit of contrast, a little bit of oomph. So let's go to our third one, black and white copy 2. First thing we need to do is go up to the top, Image, Adjustments, black and white, and we're going to click OK again. Right. So this is the image we're going to add all the drama to, and we're going to do it by doing this. We're going to add 3 separate adjustment layers, right? If you remember, down at the bottom here, below our layers palette, we have this little half black, half white disc. If you click on that and go up to brightness and contrast, we are now adding, if you look at the layers stack now, we're adding a brightness and contrast adjustment layer. So we're working non-destructively as well, okay? Now, as I say, this is going to be quite complex, so we need to be thorough and logical in what we do. The first of these brightness and contrast layers, we're just going to turn the brightness down. Can you see that? I've gone down to about -75 or thereabouts. Maybe just a tad more. No, -75. You okay with that? So get to that stage. When you've done that, we're going to double click on the word in the layer stack. Can you see it here? Next, it's actually in that adjustment layer that we've just created, and we need to double click on the word brightness and contrast, which highlights it. Now what did we do in that? We darkened it. So let's put darken. Okay. We need to create another adjustment layer down here. Again, the same thing, the half white, half black disc. Click it once. Go up to brightness and contrast. And this time it's created another brightness and contrast layer. We're going to make this brighter using the brightness slider. And we're going to go up to, well, about the same, about 73, 75. Let's call it 75. Okay, get to that stage. And then on the new adjustment layer, double click on the words and instead type in lighten. Do you see now? We've got one layer that's darken, one layer that's lighten, and now we're going to create another layer where we're changing the contrast. Okay, so we need to go down to the bottom again, half white, half black disc, click on it, and contrast, if you remember in your adjustments, is created by levels. So if you click on levels and you recognize this histogram here, if we pull the right hand slider in, we're lightening the highlights. If we pull the left hand slider in, we're darkening the darks. And overall, you can see we've made the whole image much more contrasting. Maybe just a tiny little bit more, just to give it some real guts. Okay, those are our 3 adjustment layers. We have to change the title of this one that we've just created, where it says levels 1, just so that we remember what that layer is going to do. Double click on the word levels and put in contrast. Type in contrast. And that's it. I'm going to close this histogram now by doing this. Look, see where the box is? Up at the top, the 4 lines. Click on there and click close tab group, just to get rid of it. Now, we can see all of those layers. What we want to do is change the layer mask over here, these 3 layer masks. We want to change them to black, which would hide. So you remember white reveals, black conceals. We change these to black, and then that would hide the 3 layers that we've made. The reason for that will become clear. To do that, if you hold Alt on your keyboard and click inside the first layer mask, yes, there, you should see that. We're now going to go to Edit, Fill, and in the contents you're going to select black, and you're going to click OK. Right? Now you're going to hold Alt and click on the next one above. Go to Edit, Fill. It should still say black there. Click OK. Click on the contrast layer. Hold Alt. Click inside the white box. It's taking its time. There we go. Edit, Fill. If it says black there, click OK. And now we've hidden all of those 3 layers. Click on your background, then you can see the image again.